What's going on, guys? What's up? What up? What up? So yes, I'm doing a live. Got a little bit of news, talk a little bit, and wait for a few more people to join. Um, but yeah, I wanted to get on here and just have. I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm on here for a half hour because last time I did it, I was on here for like an hour. So what I'll say is I got some news. I want to talk about a few things, and then we're gonna get off here because I know you guys got things to do. You don't want to sit on here on your Saturday night listening to me rant. But yeah, I want to have a little bit of time to talk about some things. Um, First topic I want to talk about is giving you guys some information about the two fragrances that I'm coming out with. So I'm gonna wait till a little bit more people jump on, and I'm gonna talk about that because I just got some more exciting news, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight on what those fragrances are. Um, Also, there's a few fragrances here that I want to discuss. So, yeah. MS. I'm not sure what that is, but what's going on? What's popping? I'm so used to Instagram and doing the whole, you know, like pressing the button and stuff. And please forgive me, guys. I'm not on live like that on YouTube. I'm usually on IG. So if I miss stuff or I mess up on something, please forgive me. I'll try to comment while the video is going on or after the video is off. All right. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of get on this and be on it as best as I can. All right, there's enough people here right now. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Glad you guys are joining me this Saturday. Pete, what's going on? Demi, what's up? What's going on, Joel? How everybody doing? If I mispronounce your name, please forgive me. Let me scroll. I don't want to miss anybody. Mr. Veteran, what's going on, man? Hopefully I'm not gonna miss anybody. John, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Carlos, I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on. Football legend, what's going on? Football legend, I like that. So what I wanted to talk about, guys, is so for those who don't know, I don't even know what I put. What did I put the bottle that fast? That is crazy. What did I just put the bottle? It's somewhere over here. Where with the bottle? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. I'm back now. All right. So just to give you guys a little update on the fragrance or the fragrances that I'm creating with Mason Darius, right? So this is the fragrance brand house that I'm creating two fragrances with, right? And I just got some news from Zach. You guys know this has been a year and probably maybe 3 months that we've been trying to create these fragrances. What's going on, Matt? And I'll start from the beginning. He reached out to me not last year, 2023, around August, and approached me about doing some fragrances. And I was a little hesitant because I'm not a perfumer. You know, I have, of course, many of fragrances in my mind that I wanted to create, but I wasn't comfortable doing any fragrances at that point. And then we met up again. I don't know if it was September or not, but I know we met up again, and I told him what I would do, how I would do it, and basically we came up with a concept and an agreement of how to create fragrances that will be my creation. And he's the perfumer, I'm the creative director, the creative mind. It's my interpretation of what fragrances I wanted. So I said, okay, cool. So September 2023 to this date right now, these are the samples of different variations of fragrances that I had to come back with and say, hey, um, I like that. That's kind of where I'm going with what I want my fragrances to smell like. And, we've been in there mixing. He's been in the kitchen cooking. So the first two fragrances were good. The second two were amazing, but they were missing just that little bit. And I think I told you guys before that I'm creating what I would consider a, a barbershop style fragrance that has never been created. Most people are going to think barbershop, they're going to think fougere, they're going to think chypre, and what I wanted to do is to shake it up a little bit and create something from in a inner city urban standpoint from when I was a kid and when I went to the barbershop in the mid 90s to the early 2000s, what barbershops were like for me. So that's what one of the fragrances are, and one of the fragrances is going to be about. Another one's going to be about gourmand. It's a gourmand take on a childhood thing created in homage to my mom and my grandmother. So I wanted to kind of break that down and show him and tell him what kind of fragrance I wanted to do that with. But it's a gourmand. That fragrance, when I tell you guys, y'all not ready. This thing is gonna be amazing. So the news I wanted to tell you guys is we're definitely dropping the fragrance this year, and the first quarter of this year is what I'm looking for. Second is that I'm have a meeting with Zach Sunday, and we're going to get the last renditions of the samples and the fragrances, so I get to see the final result of the fragrances. And once I get those, I can start promoting, telling you guys when the launch party is going to be. I can tell you guys all about, the notes and the packaging and all the things that go along with the fragrance. So everybody that's been wondering what's going on with the two fragrances that I'm creating with Mason Didarius, I'm telling you guys, hold on. It's coming. It's going to be exciting. Once again, it's going to be a limited edition. It's going to be a certain amount of numbers of fragrances. It's not going to be 1,000 bottles, not anything like that. So if you really, really are interested in experiencing what I want to bring to the fragrance game, when we put the pre-orders up, please pre-order your bottle. If you come into the launch party, I'm trying to make it so where if you come to the launch party or you get the pre-orders, you're going to get a special discount on the fragrance. So we're going to have some fun with it, guys. It's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be a fun time. And I hope you guys get excited for these two fragrances. So that was the news about the fragrances. Oh, the bottles are going to look, these are the new Mason Didarius bottles. The older ones were just all clear bottles. But this one has that kind of like that, I don't get how do you say it? It starts clear, then it gets dark. I can't remember what the actual term is. But it looks like that, and I will have the name of the fragrance right in the front. And on the back, most likely I'll have my initials on the back somewhere. So, I'm excited. Wanted to bring that out to you guys. I know there's a bunch of stuff coming up. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'm excited. It's been a journey, and I wanted to do something with Zach. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of fragrances with different fragrance houses and coming up with their fragrances and with these really famous perfumers. I thought it would be something really cool to do with an upcoming, really talented perfumer and a man that not just only makes perfumes, he made a whole business. So I thought it would be cool to not just support, another African American man, but give somebody else the opportunity to shine in this perfume world. So I hope you guys are along with the ride. I got my tea here because trying to mellow out. Got my jazz music in the back. Hopefully that's not disturbing anybody. But also I wanted to come on here and talk about some of these fragrances I got, and also the state of my thoughts on fragrances and fragrance reviewing. And I need you guys to chime in and tell me what y'all thoughts are on this topic. I'm going to make a video about it, but I wanted to kind of talk about it here. I'm making sure I'm missing people talking. All right, so what are your thoughts on Citizens Jack Absolute? Haven't smelled it. I don't know what that is. Send me a picture. You got to understand that there's hundreds of fragrances dropping every month in the world. So that sounds familiar, but I don't know. I don't think I've smelled it. But okay, so you guys saw the review I did on this fragrance right here, right? And I'm not apologizing for anything, and I don't want to come off like, yeah, I'm trying to apologize. I just want to say something about there's a conflict that happens when it comes to fragrance reviewing for me. Most of you guys know that my walk in my Christian walk and my walk with Christ, there are certain things I cannot and will not say when I'm reviewing fragrances or when I'm talking about fragrances. Like, I'm not going to say or talk about panty droppers. I'm not going to talk about what fragrance is going to get you laid. I'm not going to talk, about, like fragrances that compromise my morals and then try to persuade you to get it because it's going to do that. And it's weird because 5 years ago, those concepts never even thought. Like, I honestly thought the panty dropper thing was hilarious and funny and a good way to get people drawn to the fragrance. And of course, that's not realistic. No fragrance is going to get you, have sex with a girl. But when I was talking about this fragrance, I was talking about it, and then I said something that I was like, man, I don't want people to think that I'm pushing that. I was saying that if you're going out to a nightclub and you're drinking and having and honestly, you're grown, you know what's wrong, right? You know how to be responsible. But I don't want to talk about a fragrance and say, hey guys, yeah, wear this when you're going out drinking. Wear this when you're going out smoking or going to a nightclub. Because I don't do that. I don't drink anymore. I'm too old to be going to the nightclubs. I don't do that. You might catch me at, a salsa lounge or a lounge or a jazz club or something like that. But I'm trying to, be kind of aware of what I say and responsible on how I present these fragrances to you guys, because I really don't want to come off and tell you guys to do something and thinking that I think that is cool or that's something that I would do. So when you watch the review, you'll understand what I mean. But all in all, this is a great fragrance. Great cherry, smoky fragrance. Go watch the review. You can check it out. But yeah, cool fragrance. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick, Velvet Tonka. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Velvet Tonka. That was good. I want to ask you guys this because I'm trying to figure out, is fragrance reviewing, like, you guys know that I typically do reviews. I don't do a lot of top 10s and best of this and all the things that go along with the new age of content creating or influencing. I do fragrance reviews, and is fragrance review, is it dead? Is fragrance reviewing dead? Is it not worth it? Because it seems like everybody wants everything that's thrown at them at the same time, and I'm tripping because I'm like, how do you know if this fragrance is fantastic or good if I only give you 3 things about it, right? And I put it in a collage with 17 other fragrances. How do you know that, okay, the opening is great, but the mid has a patchouli note that is a little stronger if I only talk about the good parts about it? And for me, when I do fragrance reviews, my reviews drop. It drops. Like, so my average reviews, if I do top 10 or seasonal fragrance review, right, is 1,000 to like 2,000 reviews, right? Which is fantastic. I'm happy with that, if that stays consistent. But as soon as I do a fragrance review, just one particular bottle, and I'm talking about that and getting in depth and all the things, that thing hit maybe 400 or 500 if I'm lucky. So I'm like, is it a waste of time? I won't say it's dead. I would say just do or make it your own way. Yeah, I'm trying, and I'm not gonna stop. I just thinking like, okay, should I slow down on the reviewing and focus more on what seems to be the things that everybody is drawing to? Because it's I'm not hating on anyone. It's just, how do you do most complimented fragrances every week? Like, that has to become redundant, because I don't care. Like, I can't even count. There's a lot of fragrances I have here. I couldn't, if I wore every fragrance here, it would probably take me 2 years to wear them if I wore every fragrance I have here, right? If I wore every fragrance in one day, it'd probably take me 2 years to wear them. So my thought is, how do you consistently try to tell people, one, these are what compliments or sexy or whatever the case may be, and you don't get tired of that? Because people aren't getting tired of that. People get tired of the reviews. Some people haven't. Man, yeah, I do, bro. Yeah, man. The attention span on people, and I think it might be a lot of people are busy and they just want to get the new hot stuff. And for me, I don't think I'm gonna go that way. I'm just trying to get what my audience wants, because it's not about me. I want to provide a cool, entertaining place for you guys to enjoy these fragrances I have, and hopefully you can get them too. That's my job. Happy New Year, Lee. What's going on, my man? But it's just it can get a little overwhelming. Jealousy can creep in, animosity, which I'm working on myself, where I'm like, I'm gonna congratulate those who, got, 15, 20, 40, 100,000 views on the same topic. I want to congratulate them, but there's a little bit that tugs at my heart and be like, man, my content is pretty dope. Like, what is it about that that's not working here? But then I can't do that. As I'm reading the Bible, I'm like, I can't be worried about what's over there. I can't worry about what God has for them. I'm worried about what God has for me, and I have to be comfortable and appreciative of what the Lord has for me. That's my lane. And I can say that my lane is good because I have a very devoted and loyal fan base that I can see consistently watching my videos and commenting. So I'm working on myself on that part. Man, listen, that TikTok, bro. TikTok that's worse than IG. Like, I can't, like, I put on TikTok a little bit, but that's a young man, young woman's lane. I can get on there maybe once a week if I can, but that's too chaotic for me. Though that place is good for like short videos, I talk too much and too long for short videos. So there's no way I can get on TikTok and try to, one, entertain and keep up with what's new and trend, because like I said, most of these bottles, I pay for myself. I'm blessed that I do have a decent amount of perfume companies that will send me stuff, but every time I go on YouTube, and I'm a fan of fragrance reviewers. I'm a fan of this whole thing, and um, when I say, give me 1 second. When I say I watch fragrance reviewers, I watch influencers, and when I see the amount of content and new fragrances and new fragrances I didn't even know were even out, I'm like, damn, where they come from? Because I'm on the forums, I'm on everywhere, and I'm looking, and I'm inspired. I'm inspired by the creativity and the amount of work people put in, but I also reflect on my own stuff, and I'm like, mine ain't too shabby either, you know. But it is what it is. I'm gonna keep rocking. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. Yeah. I always love the passion you show when you're talking about fragrances. Because it's real for me, man. This is like I love this thing, man. Like the amount of like I was a fan before I was a fragrance reviewer, right? I was a fan of just fragrances, and like I'm kind of old school in this where when I started in 2013, it wasn't a business. It wasn't anything like this. This was nothing like this. It was just getting on there, talking about the fragrances that you like that no one knew about, trying your best to not sound crazy or ridiculous, and just sharing your passion for fragrances. You know, it didn't change really to people started making money until right around like 2018, and when the pandemic hit, it definitely rolled because a lot of people lost their jobs. So this is a new era of fragrances and fragrance reviewing. So literally it's only a handful of us from back in like 2011, 12, 13 that's still here. Most of those guys stopped because they just couldn't handle or was very judgy when it came to, you know, the new era of influencers, right? It was a lot of hate. I mean, it was. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all saw. Oh yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole. I mean, but it's for if you're in this as a lover of fragrances first, then the rabbit hole doesn't seem like that, right? Um, just I'll give you an example. You guys know me for Bodicea the Victorious. You guys know me for this company because before they were available in America, I was talking about them. I knew the perfumer and the creator of Bodicea the Victorious, which most people don't know, was a guy named Michael Bodie. Michael Bodie is a black dude from Britain that created the company. He lost the company for some odd reason, like a year or two after he had it launched in Harrods and Selfridges. And then David took over the company and took it to where it's at now. And now David's not with the company anymore for some reason. I'm not gonna disclose that because I don't really know. But there's a whole new group of people. But my love for this brand and my love for the fragrances, right? It resonated with people. It made people say, "Yo, what is that?" And when I would get like messages, people talking about Rome, what you were describing, I really got. Honestly, I to be truthful, I was like, yo, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. When I first started, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I smell, and what I smell is what I smell. And when people were telling me they smelled the same thing, that just gave me like lit a fire under me to be like, oh, I'm good at this. I think I can do this. So I have to thank you guys for that because there are a lot of moments. There's been plenty of moments where my my I guess my enthusiasm or my will to do this kind of diminished because of what I talked about before. The whole, the devil kind of being on my shoulder, like, oh, these people are better than you. They're making more money than you. I mean, getting in my ear with the negative. And then once I got a message from one of you guys in saying, Rome, I love the message you put at the end of your video, or Rome, that fragrance I wore to my wedding, da da da. And I'm like, man, right? And it's literally, this happens so many times. I can't lie. This happens so many times. To be the day that I'm over here like, damn, man, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Man, I'm not making the strides that I wanted to. And in that same day, like an hour or two later, sometimes I'll pray on it. Sometimes it won't even be a prayer. Somebody will message me and say something really cool. And that just, like, I'm like, what the hell? That's so cool. And I appreciate that, truly. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I'd have been gone. I don't like. No, bro, like, even right now, like, as I tell you right now, Mr. Gumbo, I think that's how you say your name. Like, I know what I know right now because I'm studying the craft, and I can't remember who said it. I'm not sure who said it. It's either Roger Dove or my man Rob's 08. One of them two. I can't remember which one of them said it. But they said, if you want to get good at noticing and understanding fragrances, go into your spice cabinet and smell all the spices. Go into your fruit basket and smell all the fruits. And I'm giving y'all a gem on this. Like, so I started to do that, like, all the time, smelling all these different floral notes, the spices in my cabinet, the fruits. And then it just opened up something in my head where I can tell if something's synthetic, I can tell if something's real, an interpretation. And then that helped me when I'm able to talk to you guys to relate what my olfactory senses give me when I'm talking about fragrances. Oh yeah, yes, of course, man. Rob knows, like, this is why me and him vibe a lot, because he is one of those guys that I could say speaks his mind, tell the truth, and he's better than me at this. Like, he doesn't care about what anybody else is doing. Like, he's in his own lane, and I appreciate that. That helps me a lot when I'm looking at his videos and I'm watching his content. And he got some dope fragrances too. So that, and for me, like I said, I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself when it comes to this. I'm much better than I was in 2022, 23. I tell you that. But let's move on. I don't want to just keep talking about that. I want to talk about a couple other things. So I had this in my hand for a reason. It wasn't just to show you that. So you guys know that I said it before, the Bodicea fragrances I love. But this is a fragrance that I want you guys to check out, right? And going back to what I said before, the name, I struggle with talking about this fragrance because the name messes me up, but Rebellious is the name, right? It's a weird name to put on the fragrance, but depending on what you are rebelling against, I guess that can make you kind of turn your nose up to it. But the fragrance itself, this is a great fragrance. Not good. This is a great fragrance. Very boozy saffron fragrance with a sweet undertone. And I tell you guys, y'all don't. This fragrance right here, this one is really, really underpriced. And I know I'm saying underpriced for Bodicea is ridiculous because this fragrance is like, I think $375, right? Out of all the Bodicea fragrances I have in my collection, besides Blue Sapphire and I would say Nebulous, this is the longest lasting fragrance in my collection. And one of the best smelling fragrances in my entire collection. And no one's reviewed this, no one's talked about it. I think I mentioned it maybe 2 or 3 times on my channel, but I want you guys to go check this one out because it's a great fragrance. I'm pretty sure if you guys get your nose on this, you'll agree. And I'm not sure if Bodicea is going to keep their prices at what it is now, but this fragrance should not be this price. Fantastic. Go look up at the notes, but bruh, and nothing like that. Ain't no dupe, ain't no clone. There is no rendition of this in any fragrance that I've smelled in the last 5 years. So I want y'all to check this one out. This is Rebellious from Bodicea to Victorious. One of the gems that is still actually available, because y'all remember Bodicea had like 140 fragrances on their website, right? And now they probably got maybe 42. And I know you guys are talking. Let me scroll this up. There's so many people speaking right now. In my opinion, there. Okay, that's a good topic. Okay, so I spoke about that in one of my fragrance reviews earlier about people being transparent about fragrances and buying fragrances and getting bottles, right? And I could get that. I understand that, right? Because I was there. Like, you talking about one of the biggest haters um, in the game. It was crazy. Me, I was, because I didn't know you could make money at this point, right? People are making money, and I'm over here like, yo, I'm like 8 years in, and I'm like, people making money, and they're like, oh, I got this free bottle from Roger Dove or Zerjoff, and I'm like, so you getting free bottles? There's no way you telling the truth about that bottle, because you don't want to make the company mad. So of course you're gonna be skewed on what you say, right? And then I had to get off the hater train, and I said, and this is me. I'm not saying you a hater or anybody else is a hater. I'm saying for me, I was absolutely hating because I didn't understand the business side of it, right? I didn't understand that you can choose to review the fragrances. You can have a contract with people and saying this is what I will do and what I won't do, and they'll say, okay, we'll work with you or we won't, right? Transparency is absolutely a must when it comes to this game, but not everybody's honest. Not everybody is transparent. Like, people will tell you what they want you to hear, and I say this: who cares, right? I don't care if you get the fragrance for free or you get the fragrance, you buy it. I don't care anymore, because I'm not gonna go and blind buy anything. I'm gonna get a sample of it, and I'm gonna try that sample out for as long as I need to convince me that I want to buy this fragrance or not, right? The influencers are the same as people that say they have, like Matthew McConaughey driving the Lincoln Navigator. Matthew McConaughey is not driving the Lincoln Navigator. He just is a influencer for Lincoln, and he's trying to get you to buy it, right? And if you see Matthew McConaughey and you love him, you're like, oh, if he say it's dope, of course I'm going to try and see if I can test drive it. It's the same concept, right? I'm not mad because they paying him to do the commercial. You know that they're going to pay like Rihanna to do Revlon or whatever the case may be. It's a business. So I say you gotta if you know what the business is like, then you won't be so trip on someone not telling you that they got the fragrance, or they tell you that they bought the fragrance, because you're gonna get judged either way. Either way, you're gonna get judged. I've had fragrances, I say 2023, that I don't think I told anybody what fragrances I got in 2023 that were given to me. I didn't start that until 2024, and I started telling people what I got and what fragrances were sent to me. Honestly, because I was afraid that people weren't gonna trust what I was saying, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna tell anybody that right now, because that's gonna mess up my viewership. And then I started thinking, I'm like, if it's for me, it's for me. I'm not gonna jeopardize my integrity or my values, being afraid that people are going to dismiss me because they don't trust what I'm saying because of the bottle. I say it again, God has what he has for me, and what he has for me is mine, right? And I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to lie to people, or lie by omission. I don't want to do that. Jay Johnson, man, I appreciate that, man. Start it up, brother. That's what I did. My wife told me, she was like, "You're on YouTube watching other people so much. Why don't you just do it?" And I only had, I think, like 10 bottles at that time. So I was like, I started it with a crappy. You go watch my old videos. You'll see what I mean. But it only takes a start. It only takes a start, man. And there's some people, man. You guys have such a leg up on everybody else because we built the foundation for y'all, right? Y'all don't have to do all the stuff that we did to get here, right? You know, you need a decent 1080p or 4K camera, right? A decent lighting. You know, you don't need crazy production and all that. Nice 4K, 1080p, 4K camera, decent lighting, and do. I would say talk about what you love. Talk about what you know. Don't come on here BSing because they will be able to tell. All right, let me show y'all another fragrance I wanted to show y'all. Not fragrance, but I'm gonna do a sip and smell about this fragrance house. Essential Parfum. This fragrance house right here. I did interview with them, which I'm gonna put up very soon at Scent Explorer. Very, very interesting house. There's one fragrance in here that I want you guys. No, I think it's two. There's two fragrances here I want you guys to get your nose on if you can. It's I think it's called Patchouli. Let me see. Yes, this one here, you probably can't see it. This one called Patchouli Maya. This one, go check out the notes on that. Essential Parfums Paris. That one, look at the whole line. They gave me, I got every fragrance in here that I'm gonna do a cool sip and smell, talk about the fragrances and which ones I really like. There's another one in here I want to pull out that's really good too. It's a rose fragrance. Oh, Divine Vanilla is really good too. Divine Vanilla, that's a really good one I want to talk about. That's very feminine, but it's really nice for the ladies. Most of these are mostly very light, geared towards females, except maybe like 3 or 4. But y'all gotta check these out. These are really nice. No, that's not it. It's a bunch. But do yourself a favor. There's a few reviews online about the house already, but stay tuned for this. I'm gonna show y'all this house because they have some really, really unique fragrances. How many of you guys got a chance to check out this brand right here? Y'all got anybody? Y'all checked out this house right here? This is Gel Blanc, and this is S'il vous plaît. I guess y'all probably saw. Give me a second. I'm trying to turn my music back on. I don't know if my music was on in the first place. All right, so S'il vous plaît, raspberry. It has honey. It has some spices and some like green, like earthy tones into it. But Gel Blanc has some fantastic fragrances. Here's one right here that I'm trying to. The lighting here is crazy. Hopefully you can see that. Take a picture of it if you can. But the name is called Sapphire Du Bois. I'll spell it for you guys so you guys can go check it out. SAPHIRDUBOIS. From this house, this right here, this fragrance, this is a great fragrance. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna review this for you guys really soon. If you're looking for a pastry that smells like blueberries with spices and has a green undertone, you're really gonna love this one. Yeah, this is absolutely stunning, fantastic, and the bottle is great. I'm probably done hype this up so much, but yes, this is a stunning fragrance. But this one It's better. It's better. Go check out the website. Go check it out. I think this is maybe like a 20 mil, maybe 30 mil bottle. But wow, this is definitely on the. I think it's cherry. And it's definitely amber, but there's a tropical fruit note mixed with amber and some type of resin, maybe benzoin. But bruh, don't miss out on the house. Gel Blanc, s'il vous plaît, and Safar Du Bois. I know y'all probably can't see that, but maybe if I put it up to the camera, maybe y'all can see it. Tell me if y'all can see that. Probably not. Holding the sample up to the light. Yes, I'm old. My eyes is bad. Stop talking about me. Yes, my eyes is terrible. I mean, this is weird because I'll be really close to something and I'm looking at like the microwave and I'm looking at the numbers on the microwave and they be all blurry and then I get close. I'm like, damn, am I losing my eyesight? But I know that's normal. Most people, there's something about that fluorescent light on the microwave that just blurs their vision. But when the numbers are tiny like that, I definitely can't see it. All right, this is the last fragrance, guys. I wanted to talk to y'all about full review coming up. But y'all know, could y'all definitely drop Lamar Noir? Y'all remember Lamar? I want y'all opinions. Tell me what y'all think. If y'all got y'all nose, I know a lot of y'all probably already have gotten your nose on Lamar Noir. Were you surprised that it didn't smell or had a different DNA than the original Lamar? Like, I was super like surprised on this one because I'm thinking it's gonna be like a darker version of a fruity fragrance, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. This is gonna be cool. This is gonna be dark. I'm all on it, bruh. Don't buy this thinking that this is gonna be Lamar. This is not. You will be happy on one part, but if you think it's Lamar, you're gonna be highly disappointed because these are two different fragrances. Absolutely, two different types of fragrances. I'm gonna pull this up on the website so I can see the notes because I can't remember everything. But and it messed me up because I'm like, I smelled it right, and this is crazy. I smelled it in front of Mo. I'm at Sin Explorer and I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to smell this, man, because Icon is like did his thing. I'm over there like, yeah, if this is gonna be anything like a con and like change the game, I'm all over it. I get to smell it and I'm like, and you can see it in my face that I was not expecting it to smell like this. But don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's a great fragrance. It's fantastic, but it's not Lamar. It's nothing like that. Let's see where we at. Lamar Noir. Okay, so they always do weird stuff with the website. So let's see if I can find details. Oh, details, there we go. Excuse me. So the notes on this one: bergamot, green apple, fruit notes, violet, balsamic accord, vanilla, caramel, geranium, rose. The base has leather, oud, gaiac wood, sandalwood, cashmere, musk, amber, woody tones, and moss, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna give you a full review, I got you. But it's gonna be a smoky leather, a smoky, spicy leather with a fruit undertone and a boozy accord in this fragrance. You're gonna get that woody tone, of course. That's gonna be kind of this, like that smoky aspect, like somebody's burning a really expensive wood, and you're gonna get like a rough, rugged leather with spices, like somebody wore a leather jacket in a spice market. That's what I got. You're gonna get fruit in between that, but it's very dry fruit, sweet but dry. But it's not gonna be anything like the other one. Tripped me out. I'm like, oh, this is dope, but it's different. It's not that. So don't buy this thinking it's that. Oh, well, enjoy the first Lamar first because the first one is dope. I love that one. That's for the spring. This came out right on time. This definitely came out in the dead of winter. This gonna be a banger because that leather spicy nuance is fantastic. That smoke, the smokiness is on another level. It's not that annoying cigar smoke. It's like smoked spices with leather under it. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm gonna actually spray this on my hand. And I tell you, it. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's really good. I like this one isn't selling out like Icon did. Icon was like every time I went on the website, this one was sold out. This is probably the most expensive one though, because most of Kajal fragrances are between like 220 and 250. This one's 260. But bruh, open it now. I get a little bit of that fruity tone. I do get a little bit of that fruity tone. Definitely like a green apple core. Definitely a slight bit of bergamot, but it is overshadowed in the opening by that leather spice and smoke. It is absolutely stunning. Absolutely. I'm probably wasting the whole review right now. Nobody gonna watch the review now. We're talk about this joint. But it is great. It is fantastic. Y'all should definitely check this one out. So, hey Rob, when are you going to? When is the Essence festival? When is that? That's January or February? January or February? What is my mouth saying? Oh, I forgot to show y'all this joint too. For those who went to Sin Explorer, right? Man, I wish most of y'all went. I'm about to make a lot of y'all mad right now. I'm not. This is not to make y'all mad. This is to show y'all. Go to this I don't know if it's a website or it's a manufacturer. When you went to Sin Explorer, you got this bag, right? You got this bag of goodies, samples, and all that, right? And in that bag, one of the sponsors with Sin Explorer, they created a fragrance specifically for the event. And it's this fragrance called Sweet Escape, right here. Bruh. This is, I'm over here looking up the website because I'm like, I need to bottle this. I gotta get, this is one of the best gourmand fragrances that I've smelled in a long time. Like, for real, for real. This is ridiculous. Oh, you're going in February. Oh, it's February. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, the Icon is, that y'all already know. Y'all saw that. That was my #1 fragrance of 2024. I have no complaints about that. I actually was at Sin Explorer spraying that fragrance on a paper, and for this couple, I was like, yo, y'all like the Lamar Noir? Yeah, this is dope, but check out the Icon. Don't leave the booth without checking that one out. The wife was like, okay, I'll check it out, and she walked away. The husband smelled it. He was like, oh, that's nice, that's good. And then he started talking to me about something else, and then he was like, yo, wait. He's like, yo, this is real. Yo, I like this. He talking to me, and it just kept amping up. He bought a bottle right there. He was like, yo, I gotta get this right now. I'll talk to you later. I'm about to go buy a bottle. I was like, I told you this shit is nice. It's really, really nice. All right, so what are we saying? Yeah. Oh, okay. So I lost track of what I was saying. Yeah. So Sin Explorer made this fragrance. Only made this 15 ml, 20 ml bottle, right? Sweet Escape, and it was like an experiment for the event. And then Max Forte goes on YouTube yesterday and talks about it, and he's hoping that this company makes a real bottle of this. So those who went to Sin Explorer, those who have this bottle, go check it out. Go, test it out. Tell me what you think. But go on the website. It's called Maine. I think it's called Maine. That's how you say it. M-A-N-E. But Go on Instagram. It's easy to find them on Instagram because I put the name of the fragrance up there. Nothing came up. Nothing. And then I go on Instagram and they're all over there. But it doesn't look like a perfume house. It looks like a corporation that makes or sponsors fragrance houses. Crazy. But this would be a tragedy if they only made this small rendition for Sin Explorer and then left it there. Because if you have this and you just kind of put it in the back, go smell it. Trust me, you will be like, yo, this is dope. This is dope. What did I do with my tea? Oh. Let me see if I missed anybody. What do you mean I'm getting closer to Uncle Mike's status? I can see. I'm not that blind. I don't wear glasses. I can see really well. All right, I got one more fragrance to show you guys that I talked about a little bit, and then I'm out of here. This is it right here. This is the fragrance I want to talk about that I want you guys to get on. This is from Julemad, and I spoke about this last time on live, not in depth, but I'll do my first impression video very soon. This is History D'Amour 2.0. I literally wrote this off. I sprayed it on my hand a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. Sprayed it on my hand when I first got it, excited because I thought it was a continuation of Amor di Palazzo. Sprayed it on my hand, and all I got was a herbal floral mess. And I was like, this is tragic. I'm so mad right now. What happened, or what I assumed happened, is I had something else on my hand and I didn't realize it, and I sprayed it over that. And the combination of those two destroyed it. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I sprayed this on my hand again. This is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is buttery, it's milky, it's honey, excuse me, it's sweet. It has soft spices in it. Oh my goodness, bro. This is what I've been waiting for from Julemad to come out with. And I'm hooking y'all up. This fragrance just dropped. It is a new fragrance from their house. They just dropped two. They dropped one in September, and then they dropped this one in November. And I'm telling you, I don't think there's a review out for this yet. I'm gonna review it. If it is, it's in like French maybe. But getting a full bottle of this, absolutely, because it smells good. It doesn't smell like Amor di Palazzo, and I'm happy about that because Amor di Palazzo is already fantastic by itself. It don't need to be, done over. But if you want a creamy, buttery, kind of honey fragrance with a sweet undertone, I wouldn't even say a sweet undertone. It's sweetness from the beginning, but it's a sweetness is subtle, soft, and then it gets really, really good at the mid into the dry down. Yes, this is what I've been waiting for from them. So go check this one out. I hope you guys get an opportunity to smell this because this is 2025. This is gonna be a banger. If the right people get their nose on it, and start talking about it, more people are gonna really gravitate towards this fragrance because it is a banger. Yeah, so that is what I wanted to talk about. Those are the fragrances and the discussions I want to talk about. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. What do we say? I hope I'm not missing anything. I got you, man. I'm gonna hook y'all up, man. Like I said, I'm always gonna be trying to hook you guys up with the best of the best when it comes to this niche game because I don't want y'all smelling like everybody else, and I don't want to smell like everybody else. When I go into a party, when I go into an event, I want there to be a 1% chance that someone gonna have the same fragrance I have on. And then I want people to really, come up to me and ask me what I'm having, what I have on, or when I pass someone, it starts a conversation because that's how you bring more people into this thing, right? So I'm laughing because my wife is downstairs making fun of me. She'll be making these loud noises while I'm talking. and is distracted, but it's funny. But yeah, okay. So overall, like I said in the beginning, guys, the first quarter of this year is when just look out for my fragrance launches. My two fragrances are coming out. Getting that barbershop fragrance out that is I'm calling a game changer, and I'm going to create, and we're creating a gourmand fragrance that is going to be one of the best dessert-like fragrances that you've ever come across. So once I get these final samples, I'm going to give the go-ahead, and we're moving forward, and I'm excited. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. I want to say to you guys, if you don't know Christ, I pray that you find him. I pray that you ask him to come into your life. I do want to say this to you guys, that something helped me when it came to me. I can say this, how would I say this without sounding weird? I was struggling with something in trusting God, right? My birthday had just passed, right? And Christmas is around, so we over here, I'm spending money on things, I'm buying things, and I'm tapped out, right? I'm tapped out, and I'm like, I got a little bit of money, but I don't want to spend this money until I get paid again. But my wife was like, hey, I want to take you guys out. I'm gonna take you out to dinner. This was like months ago. She said she wanted to take me out to dinner for my birthday, right? So traditionally, I mean, we'll discuss who's paying for dinner, right? But it's my birthday, so I'm thinking, okay, yeah, she's gonna pay for dinner, right? That's my thoughts, right? But at this point, I done spent all the money. I know how our finances are, and I'm panicking at this point because I'm thinking, man, if we get to this restaurant and I don't have the money, I'm gonna look real crazy, looking at her, trying to get her to pay for this. And I prayed on it. God said to me, and I promise you this is how this went. God said to me, he said, don't ask your wife about money. Trust that I got you. Go have a good time. Enjoy your birthday. Enjoy the dinner. Don't mention anything about money to your wife. Don't ask her about finances. Don't ask about nothing. And I was losing it, y'all. I was like, man, I don't know if I do this. Prayed on it again. I'm like, all right, I'm going to trust you, Lord. I can't see where you want me to go, but I'm going to trust that you're telling me the right thing to do. So the devil's trying to attack me. He's like, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Why would you not check your finances? Why would you not ask her? Why would you put her in a position to look like a fool at a restaurant? You should just go ask her if she's paying for the dinner, just so you know that if she's not, or she thinks you're paying for it, you won't have this issue. You want to get to the restaurant and then be stuck at a position. This is the devil just messing with me. So, of course, get away from me. I stuck with it. Didn't ask her, didn't say anything about it. Get to the restaurant. We ate, we had a great time. The waiter comes with the check, and you talking about blood pressure goes sky high, but I'm not saying that. I'm like, trusting the Lord, trusting the Lord. She pulls out a credit card, and she look at me like, what's wrong with you? Of course I'm paying for the dinner. I said I'm taking you out. And man, you don't know, I almost cried, because I'm like, this is one of the moments where you can either choose to trust in the Lord, have faith that he got you, or you can trust in your own self and think that you got to handle it, and then it crushes everything. So imagine if I would have did that. I would have ruined the night. I would have ruined the surprise, trying to be the man. So I say that long story to say that, guys, y'all, I'm trusting y'all to understand that God got you. Trust in the Lord. Believe that Jesus, when he's speaking to you, listen, hear him when he's talking to you. I'm working on it, and I'm asking you guys to work on it also, because without our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, we have nothing. We are only men and women, and we can only do a little bit. God can do any and everything. So that was my little testimony for you guys, and I hope that if you're struggling with something like that, if you're struggling with trying to control or have your hand on the wheel, let go. Let God have it. Give it to Him, pray on it, and you'll be good. All right, that's it. God bless you guys. I love y'all. And until next time, like I always say, it's okay if you want to smell like Rome. I'll check you guys out next video. Until then, peace. Amen.